happened there. I got very excited. I normally get introduced as the wrong name all the time.
Is that right?
It was perfect.
Oh,
wonderful. Thank you. Yes, I am Hugo Lewkowicz, and according to my extensive Googling, I am one of 2 Hugo Lewkowiczes in the world. Also, I think my wife is calling me. No, my parents are. Turn your phones off. Sorry. That wasn't a bit. I'll go back. I am one of 2 Hugo Lewkowiczes in the world, which means this must be a big deal for you guys. In fact, if you are here to see Hugo Lewkowicz, the Portuguese skateboarder, I can only apologise. I know my nariz de noredo, which is nose grind. I don't know them from my kick flips, which is a kick flip. Yes, because I am Hugo Lewkowicz, modeler of infectious diseases. So I've had a pretty busy time recently. I started this work in September 2019, the before times. At the time I was looking at how hepatitis C spreads in prisons, which is really interesting because hepatitis C is often spread through injecting drugs, and injecting drugs is a problem in prisons, and one of the ways you might want to deal with that is a needle exchange, so you exchange dirty infected needles with So I'm going to take that and put that over here and try not to think about it too hard when I next see my nan for cream tea. Nunnery. We'll put a nunnery over here. Hopefully. Except on Pornhub, apparently. And what happens is you have a small portion of the population actually responsible for a lot of the transmission of sexually transmitted diseases. In fact, 80% of all transmissions occur amongst essentially 20% of the population. And this is actually really interesting for epidemiologists, because if you just assume that everyone behaved the same way as this group here, you'd think that an STI would rip through the community. But actually we know that it will go through this community really, really quickly, but then it won't really reach this stuff, and this is not as bad as we think. And this is where, unfortunately, the STI thing has to go away, and I have to talk about the C word. Because I don't know if you remember, about 1.5 years ago, in the news we started talking about super spreaders. And everyone was excited about, oh, could I be a super spreader of COVID? Is my gran a super spreader? Of COVID! And the truth is, we actually knew who the super spreaders were. They were the ones who were out and about licking people. But we were excited as epidemiologists, because if people were more prone to spread the disease, in the case of a pandemic, what would happen is these people would get it fast, and they would get it first, and it would spread through them really quickly, and you'd see this very quick upward trend, and it would be very scary. But if there were super spreaders, that means that when the other people got exposed, it wouldn't move as quickly. The rate would actually die down after these people have been infected. So it might not be as bad as it looked if there were super spreaders. Basically, weirdly, it would have been a good thing if there were super spreaders, which sort of makes no sense. Yeah. I'm going to bring the mood down for a moment. I'm almost done, don't worry. I've managed to not talk about too much maths, which, yeah. Hands up here, who, because of their work over the past 2 years, has appeared on a Freedom of Information Act request. Okay, I know it was a bit of a specific question, but bear with me. It was actually really exciting for me at first. I was like, ooh, someone anonymously wants to know my name. I must be making moves. But actually, it gets a bit more scary and a bit more weird when I'll ask another question. Who here has had their boss have multiple death threats because of the work they've done over the past 2 years? Yeah! Suddenly it's not so exciting for some random stranger to have got my name. And honestly, it's a lot of sad people who are just trying to fight back from a world that they don't understand, and they aren't able to have any agency in, so they do what they can, and what they think they need to do is attack someone. Fine, I understand. What I would like to do instead is I would like to thank all of you who have come here tonight, because you are the sort of people that are important in this situation, the sort of people who will spend their Tuesday evenings coming and learning some more science, coming and learning some more maths, learning about the world around them, and trying to get themselves educated. So genuinely, from the bottom of my heart, thank you all. And please, don't feel sorry for me. I'm actually really proud of the work that I've done over the pandemic, and I stand by it and I'll defend it. If any of you want to find out what I do, I mean, sure, fine, whatever. If you want to feel sorry for someone, please feel sorry for Hugo Lewkowicz, the Portuguese skateboarder, who has done nothing to deserve their ire. Thank you. I mean,
This is the only comedy night where the jokes have been peer-reviewed, ladies and gentlemen.